Keep it high, keep it tight. It's Jay Morse, the review guy, back to bring you another 5-minute review. It is really hot. It's hot. But we press on. We keep making the reviews because that's what we do here. We make reviews, and for the 500 subscribers special, every day you're going to get a review. So, in this one, also, be sure to leave a like on the video, comment, and subscribe, and you will get shouted out in the next video. Go check the description for all my supporters from the last video. We're pressing on with this whole progressive theme. I'm not necessarily meaning to, but we are talking about the album Tomorrow We Die Alive by Born of Osiris. So, another great progressive metalcore band, and this band is another one from Sumerian Records as well. Born of Osiris is a bit different from Era, though, because they're not just progressive metalcore. On Tomorrow We Die Alive and their penultimate album from this one is Soul Sphere, and both Tomorrow We Die Alive and Soul Sphere took a bit of a diverged path from what their previous material sounded like. It still holds the precision, but a lot of people complained during Tomorrow We Die Alive and a lot of people complained during Soul Sphere because this band was a deathcore band before they were a progressive metalcore band. But they always had the progressive sound, they always had the djent sound, and it was really more pronounced on Tomorrow We Die Alive and Soul Sphere. Now, I'm a progressive music nerd. I'm wearing an Era shirt, for God's sake. Like, I love Era, and I love progressive music, and progressive metalcore, and metalcore. And I personally didn't mind this change, and as a person that owns deathcore music as well as progressive metalcore music, I can't really speak out on what style I like better from Born of Osiris. It's the kind of deal like Bring Me the Horizon, where I'm judging them as a separate band than their previous material. I'm not judging Born of Osiris for not being a progressive deathcore band like they were on an album like The Discovery. I'm judging them for what they are from Tomorrow We Die Alive and forward, where they took more of a progressive metalcore turn, similar to how I judge Bring Me the Horizon differently from That's the Spirit compared to, say, Count Your Blessings. You can't compare them because they're different bands. They might have the same members, but they're just different. So Tomorrow We Die Alive is a very cataclysmic record in terms of just the pounding. It takes atmospheric tones but makes them very, very brutal, very heavy, very, very loud. And from the second you hear a song like Machine, which is the first track on the album, I don't know if you can see that, that's the track list, it lets you know immediately what it's trying to do in this album. And I gotta praise the lyricism, too. The lyricism on this album is great. A lot of progressive metalcore bands have great lyricism. A lot of deathcore bands have great lyricism. It's a rap when people think, oh, death is in the title. That means they talk about death and blood and guts and stuff like that. Like, not all of the bands in this genre talk about sex, drugs, violence, death. That's a complete stereotype that's untrue. Read some of the lyrics for Era. In fact, a lot of the bands are religious, and Era is actually religious. And Born of Osiris, I'm not sure if they are, but they have some themes in their albums that are very, very kind of spiritual sounding. And on two songs, the 5 and 6, Absolution and The Origin, I just love how both of those songs start out with almost like an electronic kind of atmospheric, theatrical, orchestral feel to them. And they sound epic, almost like something you'd hear at the start of a like a Linkin Park song, a middle discography Linkin Park song, or a movie movie soundtrack, and it really works out well. This album definitely deserves to be checked out because I think that a lot like the Era album I reviewed on my last video, it's very pleasing to the ears to hear bands that really take this genre in a new direction. And I know it's going to catch me a lot of flack for saying this, but I really like their progressive metalcore tendencies in their past work, and I really enjoy when they made it a habit in their newer work. And The Discovery, obviously, is probably their magnum opus. That's what everyone says. It's going to be hard to dethrone that. They just had a really great lineup, and I think that Born of Osiris is right up there with like Periphery and Veil of Maya, of being like the leaders of the progressive metalcore genre, along with bands maybe like Invent Animate, that type of band. But definitely check this band out. Definitely check this album out. Go check out their discography. It's very explorable. I highly recommend it. And once again, if you like the video, like and subscribe. leave a comment below. I'll see you guys next time. This has been Jay Morse, the Review Guy. Keep it high, keep it tight. I'm saying farewell.